Hello and welcome to the first episode of Swood's iteration of Detail in honor of Kobe Bryant. If you clicked on this video, you probably in the past have made some pass first point guard builds. Maybe you're thinking about 2K27 dropping soon, maybe making a pass first point guard build. And I really want to stress that we're going to get into the detail of how to run an offense, especially in a MyCAREER game, how the spacing and general habits that you'll build in these MyCAREER games, grinding for VC, how that'll translate to Park, and especially more organized Park games, maybe if you're stepping outside of the city and playing in some Pro-Am stuff. I know starting my Pro-Am team and whatnot, it can be difficult getting off the ground, playing some more competitive comp. If you're getting in the rec and stuff too, with full squads. So what I want to do is kind of go through how I am really just training my brain to become an offensive engine and just messing around, getting some normal stuff going down here, and also correct some of my weaknesses. Um, so I've got the Darius Garland. That's kind of one of these big key moments. I coming off of my first year in Toronto, obviously the MP story. Broke the single season assist record, averaged like 40 points. Um, and I'm coming into Orlando. I'm trying to be way more pass first. I want to average closer to 20 assists, lower 20s per game. So I'm constantly trying to at least have that on the low end average be 12 to 15. And then on the higher end average, kind of going for 30. I think my single game high is 31. What I'm doing here, first possession of the game, I'm going to try to attack the rim and get downhill. Just a general L1 hold. So I'm not doing any icon passing or pick and roll stuff yet. I'm just going to try to get downhill, make myself a threat at the rim. I've got a pretty big build here. I think this point guard 6'6". I like the oversized build. I like the athleticism. You'll see some shades of Russ. He just retired today. Shades of prime D Rose, MVP Rose around the rim. I mean, obviously this is 2K, right? So you're building a dream player. Outside deep, maybe you'll see a little bit more of some Gilbert Arenas. It's also Teague time in here. I'm recording this video with no draws on, so shout out to Jeff Teague. But yeah, this general L1 hold, I'm going to get my big body Wendell Carter Jr. on here. Get this in a switch, and I mean, if it's even, I'm leaving. This could have been a easy dump off or lob, but same goes for my roll guy. If it's even, I'm leaving. And if we're even here, I'm leaving. Mobley's just got some feet in the mud here. And with these dunk animations and all sorts of badges and whatnot I've got so far, on top of being 99 overall, no stopping that. Usually early on, I like to pick a side and set a tone, so I'm either going to want to get downhill and attack the rim. That way they're going to have to respect that throughout the game and collapse a little bit, and that'll create some more kick-out opportunities. This is something I want to stress and point out that I'm really bad at on defense. Here's a pin down screen. I should see this coming. You got a big man out on the wing, shooter down here in the corner. I have a hard time fighting over or under these screens. Did a good job kind of avoiding it here and cutting off the passing lane. Garland's going to cook me this game, guys. I'm just going to be straight up with you. I'm not the biggest defensive threat. Also because I like to crash boards. You can probably critique my spacing here. Outside of getting cooked and getting lost in space. I mean, look at this. I've got a shooting threat and I'm all the way down here in the paint. I love to get rebounds. I'm stat patter. I said shades of Russ. Well, there we go. I got a rebound there. Rebounds are basically steals, ends a possession. Yeah, it's not really a steal. Offensive rebounds are a steal, extra possession. But defensive rebounds are important. You got to end that possession somehow. You don't want them making all their shots. Let's see what I do here. So I'm going to go with the icon pick and roll. And me and Banchero are going to eat all year. So I like to get in transition runs, see if I can catch them a little unsettled or maybe someone slashing and I didn't. So I'm going to go icon, pick and roll. And I can get into how to on some different videos. I'm going to go icon, pick and roll with Banchero. So you can see his icon pops up, pull him over. If you want that R1 for the pick and pop, you can. You'll see that later with Bane and some of the other guys on the team. But obviously, I'm just going to, same thing, try to get downhill threat. And then, just with how open that is backside, and like I said, guys, I'm Obviously, fiending for the assist. I'm chasing Stockton. I'm chasing a ghost in myself, the Toronto days. So, gonna put one up there. Get Banchero on the board. That's an easy one for our guy. Got to get better at labs. That's something I'm doing a little more. As some of the animations and stuff get fun. That's a good steal opportunity. I know that's far away from the rim here, so I mean that seems far away from the rim. Not where I like to be, if you know what I'm saying. Because I like to dunk the ball, obviously. And Garland's doing a spin here right around half court. These animations, you can get bump steals out of this a lot. The 2K17, 16 fiends know the bump steals go crazy in Park, so trying to get a bump steal here. I was a little late to the game, but I mean, contesting on that offhand off the spin, I don't hate it. That gets me out of position. He's probably gonna spin off this, jump through. I try not to get off my feet too much. I mean, all things considered, that's great. The goal of this game was to hold him to under 20, according to the coach, and the actual objective they gave me, and we did that. I mean, I'd be surprised if I pass this one. This looks like a dunk all the way. Maybe a kick out with this guy collapsing. Spam and pick and roll. I came to Orlando because I'm an Orlando fan, first and foremost. This was the first team on the 2K11 with the Jordan cover, I believe. I remember playing that on like my PS2 and kind of messing around and then upgrading to like 12 and 13. And some of the first teams that were drafting me on those were some of the Magic teams. Some of the first players I was making, doing the creative player on the roster and making one on the Magic. So I was having a good time with that ever since then. Whatever happens, happens. In my second year, if I'm not a Magic guy, I always go there to pay homage to my OG team. And why I went here this year and was excited about it is because athletic big and pick and roll that's going to create mismatches constantly. I'm way too quick for Mobley. I mean, he's going to put Garland in jail every time. Wagner, shooting slumps, and same with Banchero, but two athletic bigs that can get out and move. And then Bane, pick and pop, kick out options. A few other shooters like Black and stuff off the bench, but overall, I'm excited about this team. Wendell Carter Jr., big body, kind of move around as well. Oh, I did pass that. Yeah, so put him in jail. Yeah, I mean, he's got him sealed off here. That's ordinarily a dunk, probably because I saw him slide a little bit, and Carter's not a huge shooting option, although I feed anybody for assist opportunities. If I see such a small body trailing, I mean, see what happens. There's nothing they can do at that point. Easy handoff. Easy handoff. Skip through these defensive possessions. In transition, looking for opportunities. Pick and pop. Hit the fade here for Bane. Oh, that was a bad look. But I'll go get it back from him. Yeah, run it right back. I think I get it to him. I like the look at the space it was able to create and just getting downhill. Got three white jerseys around me. Could have kicked out here, but my shooter out on that side off the pick and pop. Good look. It's a good look. I mean, gonna pick on their big every single game. Coming into this game, Garland, not super worried about him, but Donovan Mitchell, athletic guard, scoring threat. Garland, obviously, scoring threat too. Worried about him on the, but I'm an offensive engine. This is about how we create opportunities for our teammates and stuff. Not really worried about that. Mobley, I'm a little worried about. He's bigger, a little athletic, but with my athleticism, I know I can kind of get downhill and force him to kind of be in some awkward positions. But with Banchero and I mean Bane on the pick and pop's always open, but especially Wendell Carter Jr. These pick and roll opportunities I'm going to be creating is just spamming them all day and put their big in an awkward position. Just keep going until I get the switch or the 3-on-2 or 2-on-1 on the backside or whatever, and you'll see as this first half unravels. That's a charge. Drew a good charge there. Just right position, right place, right time. Icon pick and roll. I know people talk about icon passing. Icon pick and roll is huge. So you can see I did that with Suggs. Suggs was nice and athletic. He was circled there. I'm just in the habit of Bane being my circle icon there. So usually I do that with Bane. Sometimes they're used to the fade. If I do that 2 or 3 times around the pick and pop, there's that down screen. But if I'm doing that with Bane a few times and the pick and pops not working or they're shading that, then I'll just do a normal one with Bane to keep him honest as well. Um, Here's a double down screen. I got to be better at identifying this. Both bigs on my side, shooter in the corner. Got to know that's coming. Do a good job getting around Mobley, but whatever. Nurkic, yeah. Nurkic does a decent job there slipping. Garland caught me with, something we're going to be doing on all day here. Classic. Taste of your own medicine. Overall, it's a pretty good game, though. Pretty good game for your boy. Did that one nice and high. There is never a doubt here. I like to call it, I like to flirt with that half court line too, but I like to call it right as I'm coming up sometimes too. Really call this high and keep the floor spacing. Because then I have this whole kind of, if you're going to split it into thirds, like the basketball court you traditionally would, you'd have the far third, the middle third, like this paint extended all the way down. And if I can create some space in this middle third and get downhill, or have one of my cutters on like a slot cut off the pick and roll kind of where it's more at an angle where it's still coming through, but it's that downhill feeling attacking the rim. I'm going to keep doing that all day. Never a doubt. I don't know why he's not sliding as much as he is, or as much as some of these other teams do, but I'm seeing two white jerseys this high. Like I said, it's more of that slot cut angle where it's coming off the wing, and it's not just like straight down or straight towards the baseline, but still Banchero does a good job spacing. Got that one up. Banchero's gonna get a max contract with your boy in town here. Skip these possessions. Oh, I didn't know how we didn't get a steal here. Maybe I'll watch this possession. Oh, that's got to be a steal. We got to come up with those 50-50s. Looks like I tried to collapse and get a block. Another pick and roll, icon pick and roll. Downhill. Look at the spacing. Him starting to slide, not a shooting option, but that's always a look. Or like I've been saying, we can try to stay aggressive. From what I remember, it was a heavy assist first half, and then kind of scoring a little bit more in the second half. It was a 20-20 game. But yeah, we'll let the play out here. Just that space in that middle third I was talking about, though. I'm just trying to get here and create. You got to get used to getting in this position. Icon passing. You can still get away with some analog directional passing in these situations, but staying aggressive in a mindset of icon passing is kind of the aggressive mindset on offense where you're really trying to make sure you make that right pass or getting downhill attacking the rim. Which I do. I get a foul. I shot terribly from the line here. That's right. I should have remembered. Poor showing overall from the line. I split here and go 1 for 2. That was a ball don't lie moment, though. I got bailed out. Solid first quarter coming to fruition here, though, all things considered. Halliburton just had 41. Saw that down in the lower right-hand corner. I'm thinking help here if I need to. I'm getting out and trying to run. This is beautiful. Patience. No need to force anything. If you want to be an offensive engine and you want to get in these tendencies, you got to slow the game down and make these other teams play at your pace. Something I do all the time in Park, especially in these rec games and whatnot. You'd be surprised just dribbling slowly at the rim. The big and guard and everyone's going to be so jumpy and so antsy and quick to do something. The pace and rhythm of these games are so come down, first guy that gets a look or whatever, shoots, puts it up. If you dribble through the lane slowly, a lot of times you'll get guys that just jump, do something stupid, and you'll get a wide open, easy, dunk, two-handed dunk, like nothing crazy, but again, just making sure you're making the right plays. Sometimes trying to slow it down, and a lot of times we'll get in a slump as a team and making sure we then, slow down our half-court offense if we can't kill them in transition like we like to, not to give too much of our secret sauce away, and make sure we are getting to one of those high percentage looks or attacking the rim, staying patient, and then making the right pass, because a lot of times making that right pass the first time will, maybe not in these career games, but in Park, you can trust your other guys to make the additional or extra pass. So I'm just going to get down in my middle third here. I had this guy on my backside. That's a major pause, but keeping my spacing here. Obviously, running to space, running to open space, and then staying patient. I probably could have finished this. Didn't like the angle I was at. Got a big guy on me. Coming off that Mobley block where kind of got bailed out. Kind of maybe stay in the back of my mind. Waiting for my cutters to come down. I probably missed Bain right here. Looking back at this, I didn't really see that. But he's under the rim, not a great spot. So we'll set it up. And I kind of lob Carter Jr. A late grenade here, but overall the premise of kind of what plays out here is kind of something I want to show. Don't need to be doing the icon pick and roll stuff. This is what's great about getting out in transition and creating those switches. That's why I'm loving the pick and rolls. It creates a switch, creates that mismatch. I'm going to try to find that weak link and just pick on it all game or keep that rhythm of the pick and roll or whatever going. Transition's another way where I love doing this. Don't let them get settled. I said that earlier. Sometimes just trying to push it up floor, maybe cause transition or that induced transition where the defense doesn't have their feet settled. I see that a lot in rec games, but here I got Carter Jr. on their point guard Jones, so I'm just going to throw it down to him in the post. I should have identified that earlier because obviously ran down, dribbled out, dribbling out with him on me. Now I know. Now I got to find my mismatch. So I find Carter. It's been a while since I've played 2K, so you can see I'm going up to the player map and I'm picking on him. And instead of just saying, "Hey, come up here and set this hard screen," gonna tell him to post up. So I'm just gonna dribble, tap the key, kind of make sure he's the only guy out here on, and then I'm going, oh shit, 4 or 5 seconds left. We're already in a good position, but I want to make sure I give him that post up, whatever, so he knows that this is coming to you. The rest of the team's gonna keep the floor spacing, and then ultimately he's kind of went from short corner to kind of up in that charge little cylinder area. Lob him the grenade with 3.5 seconds left. It's a turn and shoot situation, but I mean, it's still such a high percentage look. We've got one of our big guys on their point guards posted up here, deep in the shot clock. Not a great look, but like I said, he's going to shoot over him all day. That's something that in transition or in these pick and rolls, when you're creating the mismatches, that's a great way to get a high percentage look for the team. In park or here, if you're trying to stack some VC and grind, that's a great switch, man. And all respect to Jones in real life, but on this game, I'm not thinking of him as a Mitchell or a Garland as much as a shooting threat. So I'm going to get out there and try to challenge that. I think I'm going to try to get a 3 of my own here. Yeah. Again, mistakes are going to be made, guys. You can see that I threw a crazy cross-court pass. I was trying to get that to Bain in the quarter, but he's square. I'm used to him being circle. I just threw a crazy, usually those get picked off here, but I got bailed out. This was a great game. The past few games I've played, I've probably had closer to 3 or 4 turnovers a game, which, throwing a lot of these lobs, maybe some of them, I'm, covering up the bad games where it's like 6 or 7, 6, 7, but, yeah, these turnovers are limited in this game. It's just 1. And then getting the ball right back. Here's down screen of my own. Offense is doing its thing. Staying patient. Common theme. I mean, is that not elite timing? That's exactly when that pass needs to be there. Great look, all things considered. And these badges are huge. That's why you got to grind in these career games. Get these badges, VC, buy some animations. That'll increase the green window for your teammates and whatnot. You can see Mitchell got a quick 2 before half, keeping it close. But, yeah, I mean, it's important to have somebody on the team, obviously in real basketball, but in these park games, that's pass-first mentality, and that's probably why you clicked on this video. You probably played this last season on 2K27, sick and tired of nobody really creating the offense. Maybe you get stuck in this half court and nothing's happening. This right here is what you should be relying on in the end. I know someone's probably making a stretch 4, stretch 5, somebody who can do pick and pops. It's going to maybe get a little boring for some of the other players because this is the catalyst to every offensive play. But if you're a shooter, if you're whatever, I know some people don't want to be a corner man. But more often than not, if you're stuck. And here's the thing about these guys where I'm not sending these guys. A lot of times when I'm really in the rhythm, I'll be, calling a pick and roll, calling it off, doing a baseline cut for one of the guys and stuff like that. Because you can tell them to cut. How I told him to post up, you can tell him to cut to the basket, and that does work. But when you're playing in a Discord chat or whatever, it's way easier to do this. And there's a lot of eye candy on this side, or maybe they're so used to this backside getting worked off the pick and roll, and that corner guy getting him kicked to. Maybe weak side baseline cutter. You get these guys used to slot cutting and whatnot. All part of the offense here. Usually with this set that we're looking at here too, I'm just talking career now, kind of making sure your season average and all that stuff's up. I'm in here with the second unit. I love playing with Black and Suggs, but these bigs are definitely the second unit for me. I'm in a scorer's mindset here, so I wouldn't be surprised if yeah, start shooting a little more. There's a green if you're not going to step up on that, which why would they? I haven't been spraying too much this game. The tendency is going to be to sag and wait for that pick and roll, and we've been attacking the rim and the paint. So it starts, I'm definitely an inside-out mentality as an offensive coach, maybe not my play style. I'm a highly efficient shooter. I think Mitchell's going to hit back-to-back threes here. I think this is a horrible possession for me offensively, actually. So Mitchell gets a little something going. We probably call timeout. I'm in here with the second unit. I should have gone right there. And that little hesitation just pissed me off. Kicked it off. Pissed me off now. It didn't piss me off then. I remember thinking that. I remember thinking I should have gone right there. So pick and roll's not here. The pop is covered. Trying to put him in jail. Got him in jail. Go right now. Starting to see this shift a little bit. Thinking maybe kick. Too much of a pass first mentality. But here's the thing. It's not the wrong pass. This can still get worked around the horn and whatnot after this. We can reset. Work back to whatever side. Especially in a rec game. In a rec game, we've got shooters everywhere. But bad possession. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Probably going to force something here. Try to get him going. Oh, yeah. Do the old loop-de-doo. This is a move. It doesn't really work in career at all, as you can see here. This move works all the fucking time in rec. It's literally just dribble around. I have a very similar mindset when playing ping pong, where it's like just very consistent returns, reliable backhands, nothing too aggressive unless it's absolutely given to you, like stand in front of the rim, two-handed dunk, put one down with power. But the just dribble in a circle move in park, it doesn't look great, but it has created so many scoring opportunities for my team. And it's just awkward. It's confusing. It's kind of the Halliburton mindset. Bad finish, didn't get anything inside. Try to finish your contact, but again, Mitchell, step back three, Cash, he's on fire. We get a timeout, one possession game. It's not always going to be a cakewalk, but at the end of the day, my player efficiency rating and the, this offensive engine mindset is just going to be an efficiency, a death by efficiency. Which, take more good looks, take more whatever, game of probability, game of stats. As a point guard, it's our job to make sure that our team is getting these looks, and audibly too, especially in Park and Discord, reminding your teammates, hey, here we go, 2 possessions in a row here where we haven't got a good look. Let's, maybe there's someone too or something that's been hot, or hey, I want to feed Paredes here. You've got a hot hand. Let's work it around. Stay in the corner here, Paredes. Or, maybe we haven't gotten a bucket in a minute and we're stuck in the half court. They are getting back. We've got an AI on our best player, whatever, too. You guys know how that can be. So I'll say set it up, 5 out. We'll go traditional, high pick and roll here. And you can call it out 1-5, 1-4, 2-1 or whatever, however you want to do it. If you want somebody else like your guard to get it from your point guard, you just want to do a guard game, just find the mismatch and keep doing it. A lot of space here. Could have got it to my shooter, probably should have, but green finish inside. Make them call a timeout, slow it down. It's all about making them play our pace, right? It should have been a rebound. And they're battling, though. Like I said, I like to contest. Those rebounds. If you want a double-double, if you want to walk to double-doubles at halftime, though, this is the blueprint right here. I've shot like 1 or 2 threes. And Baines missed too. I mean, Baines got some points on the board. That's a good look though. That's just getting used to spacing. And again, that's what these pick and rolls create. Cutters coming down lane, big guys respecting that, or a threat, or he's just looking at me. This happens in again. This is the type of stuff where you just get used to seeing the spacing. This is your buddy. You know, you're used to talking in court. He's going to be used to ready for the shot. It's not even Bain. It's Murray. Bain missed one earlier though. Bain's on the pick and roll again. Probably not our shooter threat. Probably not our shooter, but in rec in some of these pro-ams that you're doing, that'll be your guy. Just getting in the rhythm and habit of identifying or almost just feeling that space and knowing, you know, my big man, that's his icon. The icon squares over here. That's where usually he's at. Just getting used to that icon passing is going to be a huge thing as well. I mean, no one's here to watch my defense. Let's be real. Break down the first half here. We got about 2.5 minutes left. I mean, I got to trust my guy and get it back to him, right? So same look, right? I mean, that's the look he just missed. But we're going to create it again. It's the look he missed. But you got to trust him. And I mean, that translate. Tell me that doesn't translate to Park or Pro-Am or one of your toxic ass rec games where you've got 3 buddies, but one random squatted up with you, and it's just a nightmare, hellish situation. Maybe 1 or 2. The AI is usually thrown in there too. But another good pick and roll, staying aggressive at the rim. Is that not shades of 2017 Russell Westbrook MVP Rose? I mean, come on. Got to keep him honest, like I said. And I'm probably in this game thinking 10 and 10. I mean, horrible spacing. Of course, he's going to dribble down and knock that down. But offensive engine, I dare you to match this efficiency. Death by efficiency is so real. That's late. It's got to be quicker. It's got to be quicker to Bane. Because that was there. That's there, right there. It's got to be right now, though. And he's playing deep. I wasn't sure what I was going to do there. If it's even, we're leaving, right? I'm throwing it. De Silva's a guy that I've been, in real life, I enjoy watching him play. I think he's going to be an important piece for the Magic moving forward. I don't even know if he's still there, honestly. I'm a little blended with my personal grind recently, and some of the videos I've been watching on YouTube are a few months old, so it's hard to keep up. But I'll pull that roster up right now. But yeah, I mean, regardless, he's a guy on my roster here that I've been throwing some lobs to, and obviously trusted him there. Saw he was even, went in and threw him one, crashing the boards. Absolutely worth it. Icons up. Did you see? I mean, let's just rebounds caught. 1 dribble, 2 dribble. I took 1 dribble and the icons up. This is what I'm talking about. A lot of you guys aren't doing this. It's just the small stuff like that. Icons immediately up. Up the whole floor, making sure I've got my options. Because that's just my way of, if one of these guys does take off, especially in Rack and Park, again, one of you guys takes off or one of them gets caught with their defenders in jail and just kind of takes off, and I mean, there's nothing they can do, and I've got them coming off of this. Having this up and just looking at the icons and understanding my spacing, it's just another way where it's kind of raised above the floor, 3-dimensional 3D chess type of deal. Got my, I mean, right here I should be having Wagner go on Mitchell, but another down screen. Bain knocks that one down. If I ever see that action, I like throwing it. 2 white jerseys deep. Shooter on that side. So much space. Got to give him those looks. Last minute here, too. That's huge. Going to give us a way different look going into half than a 1 or 2 possession game if we can get a stop here. Didn't bite on that cross. Good contest, but I mean, Carlin got in there and scored. Not much you can say or do about that. Want bait on the pick and pop. That one worked well. Knock it down, Bane. That's just feeding the hot hand. Like I said, you got to get used to that stuff. And if you want to walk to a double-double in the first half, it's a low rebounding game. It's about average rebounding game, actually. I shouldn't say low. It's pretty good at halftime for sure. Mitchell, trading though. Not going away. Going to need to get a high percentage look. I'm kind of remembering now what happens here, but obviously time management and whatnot, especially in park and stuff. In career, guys, I'm not super worried about this shit. I'm gonna win like every game. I've lost one game in like double overtime to the Spurs. I mean, the THC levels could have killed an elephant. So it was probably like my second or third game of the day. I'm not here to make excuses, you know. Wimby's this something like this where you run into an issue with a guy like Wimby, Castle, a few of those other guys that are athletic that can guard on the perimeter. De'Aaron Fox is a tough matchup. Really, Ben Simmons, ironically, is just by far the worst matchup in the world for me because he could switch onto a big. It's not an issue. Like he shuts Benchero down if we switch on that, or if they switch on that, and then I mean him guard me. Usually I have the size advantage. Can shoot over these guys. Can kind of post up, score with my back to the basket. But that's not the case with a Ben Simmons build, which is why I've made one. If you want to see some videos on my Ben Simmons build, go ahead and scroll down. You can see some of my 20 and 20 games from some of those rec games that I played earlier this year, maybe later last year, a few months ago on my channel. Those play styles are going to look a lot different, but the same principles: floor spacing, get it and go, icon passing, pop up right off the rebound. You'll see a lot of that stuff. Um, Shot clock, time management, not super worried about it. High percentage look over anything in career is what I'm thinking. I just, at the end of the day, I want the stats in VC. Got Murray in the corner again. We're going to do a little box out screen. Bang! Knock it down, big fella. I mean, you shoot those all day. Yeah, 10 and 11. 2 possession game at half. If you want to see the final stat line or how the second half of this game unravels, the death by efficiency is not looking crazy, only up by 6. You're playing Cleveland, 5-minute quarters. 10 and 11 looks great. Obviously, going to love the VC by the end of this. But what's the what's the overall breakdown? What's the you play 4 quarters for a reason, right? They don't give out halftime awards. I guess maybe they do, but that's more of a marketing gimmick and shtick. So if you want to see the second half, you want to see more content like this, if you want to know how to run an offense as the offensive engine, as the catalyst in the half court when the transition offense is slowing down, or maybe when your team needs a high percentage look in those toxic rec games, or if you're pro-am, you're 3-on-3 or 5-on-5 team, if the record just sucks, do some stuff like this. I guarantee you'll start to get some higher percentage looks, and overall maybe see that reflected in the win percentage. Guys, like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you want to see, and if you want to see the second half, pass to the assist, more to come.